potential. The human animal is accurately named, and I am, after all, a biologist. Here's what I'd been wrestling with ever since returning from Central America. What quirk of experience or genetic coding compelled certain men to isolate vulnerable women and then to prey upon them? That kind of behavior certainly did not benefit the species. So why were their devices so commonplace and so successful? The problem had bothered me since Panama. How can one protect all good and delicate people, all the children and wounded ladies who are potential targets? Perhaps it is more accurate to say that the problem haunted me. For Tomlinson, I condensed the dilemma. Not all sexual predators are killers or serial rapists. The most successful of them live well within the boundaries of the law, and they're probably more common than we'd like to believe. See, the problem is identifying the bastards. They are not social anomalies. They are social deviants. He said, "I'm with you, man. The difference is subtle but specific." I said, "Exactly. So, what's that mean?" "What it means is, to succeed, they must give the appearance of living socially acceptable lives. They must construct a believable facade so that their secret motives go unsuspected. Like camouflage, understand? They live a lie their entire lives, which means they become superb liars and actors." Tomlinson was nodding, following along, indulging me. "You're talking about that guy, Merlot, Jackie Merlot." Just hearing the name keyed the gag reflex in me. And something else, too. Dread. I said, "Yeah, pedophiles, voyeurs, wife-beaters, the back-alley freaks. Ted Bundy, he's another textbook example. But that's an extreme case. More commonly, only their victims know who these people are and what they really are. Now I'll amend that. The truly successful predators are probably so adept at manipulation that their victims never realize they've been used." Tomlinson was listening sympathetically, not analytically. I found that irritating. Did he really believe that I was so adolescent that I needed that kind of friend? He said, "You've got a lot of anger built up. The subject makes you furious, I can see it." I winced. "You're missing the entire damn point. I'm talking about difficulties of assessment, pathology, not emotion." "Sure, I relate entirely. It's exactly the kind of stuff you need to be writing. Get it out of your system. You know another reason it might be good to get it down on paper? If the feds decide to take up the case again, call you in to testify, you can always refer to your notes. Tell them, hey, this is the way it all went down. I mean, if they decide the guy didn't exactly disappear on purpose, they might come around again and ask more questions." I was nodding, smiling just a little. I said, "Yeah, a written record. I see what you mean. Accurate notes of what went on. Plus, it might help me deal with losing what I lost." But I was thinking, no matter how many questions they ask, they'll never find out what happened to Jackie Merlot. Certain odors key the synapse electrodes, and there is no alternative but to return to the precise time and place in memory with which those odors are associated. Why is the linear memory so much easier to discipline than memories that are sensory? It's like one of Tomlinson's favorite little paradoxes. I have no choice but to believe in free will. If there is such a thing as free will, how is it that one can have no choice? What I am avoiding discussing, I guess, is how I happened to return to Panama. What I'm avoiding discussing is how it all began and what happened afterward. It would make an interesting research paper. The olfactory senses as conduit to recall. Yes, odors. The barrier islands of Florida's west coast have their own odor, their own feel. It's a fabric of strata and weight. Seawater, sulfur muck, white sand, Gulf Stream illusions, and a wind that blows salt heavy out of the Yucatan and Cuba. Think about hot coconut oil. Add a few drops of lime, then a drop or two of iodine. Dilute it with icebergs melted by ocean current. Even